Alright, good morning guys. Welcome back to another video. We are back out at the spot where we've been finding all this gold under this overburden. Most of this is flood gold, I believe. So today I brought 2 sluices instead of 1. I was kind of hoping that I could set up my 2 sluices so I could run way more material much faster and not have to worry about losing gold. So today we're kind of doing something that most people, I'd say most people wouldn't think about. We are running a sluice from a spring creek, which all depends on the flow of the spring creeks. So as you could tell, the river, there isn't a single place. It just drops straight off probably 10 feet. Right here there's still a lot of overburden, which I'm sure as the water goes down I can work. But there isn't a single place to set up a sluice within a quarter mile of here, at least safely. So I'm taking advantage of something that most of you should try. I'd recommend it. What I'm going to do is break this dam right here, break some of this, and hope the water flows a little bit faster, and then I'll show you guys setting up these 2 sluices. So today we have double trouble. I got them easy sluice, and then I have my micro mini mat, actually the double mat, so from Dream Mat. So I'm hoping if I could set those 2 up, I won't have to worry about losing gold, just because my previous video I was having to clean out the sluice every single time because I was worried the holes were filling up. But with 2 sluices, I'm hoping that problem goes away and I could run maybe double the buckets. So last trip we got 1.03, so a gram, which is I believe around $100. So today we're gonna shoot for double the gold. So I hope you guys are enjoying the new editing style. I've been putting a lot of work into this. I'm trying to do more angles, more cinematic stuff, just so it's more enjoyable, and I just want you guys to enjoy the video. So let me know how you're enjoying that, and let's get started. Alright, so there's a little bit of a drop. What I could do is throw a rock right there to kind of stop but I kind of want that pressure. So we're going to throw a rock on top of this, just in case. Let's get a nice flat one, flat and long rock. And I believe we are set and ready. So it's a little bit rough. I mean, I think it'll work for what I have in mind. Try to get some of these bubbles out. Actually, let's try to move some of these rocks. Hopefully that will. Alright, so last week while we were here, I discovered that right here there's a lot of lost half my stuff. So I discovered right here, I did a bucket and I got a pretty good pan filled by the rocks. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Woo. Oh wow. Holy sorry Lily, that is a pan right there. Wow, let's go. I'm loving that. Well, you know where I'm digging next time I come. So today the plan is to get underneath this rock, kind of work this whole area until I hit the bedrock. So as you can tell, the bedrock goes pretty deep. I'm not sure how much of this, how deep it does go, and eventually I do want to work my way down into the water when the water goes down. I know the video is not going to be too enjoyable today just because there's going to be a lot of repetitiveness, but today's goal is to move more buckets. So what I'm gonna do is what I'm gonna be working is under a lot of this boulders, throwing a lot of this into the water, which is gonna be kind of get in the way later when I start working my way down, but it's the only place I could throw it. So we'll do that. So let's get started. So I am playing a very dangerous game. I'm removing a lot of this rock and overburden to run through my sluice. The only problem is there's a lot of it still up here, like all these rocks. I have to be very aware of my surroundings, especially because I'm out here by myself. So if something were to happen, I mean, it's a little bit of a hike out, but if I like hurt my leg or something, it's not a great thing. So you have to be very aware, be very careful. So yeah, it's one of the things. You guys be very careful when you're out prospecting. right, bucket number 2. I'm already seeing a lot of gold down in those riffles. Now that a lot of the overburden, the black sand has cleared out, there's so much gold. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, But look at this. Those riffles are full. We're gonna have a good day. All right, bucket number 2 done, and look at this. Let's see if I can zoom in. Look at that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and dump it in here, and then we're just gonna leave this thing full. Every 2 buckets, we're just gonna have all our tailings in here, just so I'm not losing too much gold, but just the front mat, because most of my gold's gonna be caught in the front mat. I'm not seeing too much back here. I'm not seeing too much over here either, if any gold at all. All right. Oh my goodness. Whew. All right, this is what the moment everyone's been waiting for. Here's 2 buckets from that flood material. Let's go ahead and do a pan back. Oh my goodness. Whew. Oh wow. So we are gonna keep going and get some more gold. All right, just got bucket number 3 done. Check this out. So there's this huge piece of bedrock we've been trying to get out, and I think once I get all this overburden, maybe get that rock out of the way, it'll slide right off and we'll get anything underneath. I did some test pans and it's super rich right where all these crevices kind of lead out. So I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some really good gold here. This next bucket should be really rich. All right, so my only concern is, as you can tell, this stuff's really lumpy and I try to break it up, but even when you put it in the pan or in the sluice, it still kind of goes down lumpy sometimes. So luckily I have a second sluice set up here and it's got a little bit of a drop, so any clumps are gonna hit that ripples of that sluice and break up, and any gold that makes it past is gonna be in these ripples. So I'm not expecting too much at the end of the day, but I will see some gold in there just because I'm running so much material so fast. And I will be seeing a little bit of gold here. Like, look how rich the pans. This is one bucket, and look at this. All the holes are full. They're just loaded. Woo-wee. right, so we're finally to where we're under where all that crevice is. So I'm getting all this material and I'm throwing it in a pan, and I already see some little bits of gold in there. This spot is just so rich. So basically we're gonna go ahead and pan this out. This is all material from right here. Pieces of rock that broken off. We've got old tree roots from a long time ago where floods have ripped the trees out. I keep pulling these, I keep getting dirt in the face, so if I have dirt on my face in any part of the video, it's all part of prospecting, but you guys can laugh. I have a good laugh every time I watch my videos, and I'm like, oh, well, that's gonna be there for a while until I realize, so. Let's do a pan back, see what we're working with. Oh yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of gold already. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys see that. That's just one pan and I'm moving buckets. We're gonna have a good day today. Might set a new record. So the record to beat here is one. It's my first day, and that was right there in that concentrated creek right there, or Spring Creek. And so now I'm working downstream where flood material is dropping and that Spring Creek is dropping. So maybe we might find something good today, and then might have a really good clean out at the end of the day. I'm at 3 buckets right now, and it looks pretty good. I don't think it's a gram yet, but definitely a lot of gold. I'm gonna keep chipping away at this right here and then work my way over towards under all this. Eventually I want to move this rock safely, but I want to get all this material before I move this and then cover all this good material up. So let's keep going. Alright, bucket number 5. We are moving along here. So here's bucket number 4 still in here, and you can see it's looking pretty rich. So we're gonna add on top of that. I'm expecting some gold to go down there because those riff rolls are about halfway full. So at the end there, I'm not sure if that gold's gonna I'm pretty sure that will catch it. I actually have not seen any gold in this sluice yet. Nothing right here, and nothing in the moss that I'm seeing, so that's a good thing so far. All right, bucket number 5 done. We're gonna go ahead and clean out the mat for those 2 buckets for bucket number 4 and 5 and see how much gold we got. So let's go grab the other pan just to see. Alright, so here's bucket number 4 and 5. Look at that. Beautiful. Alright, I had to throw my sweater back on. The breeze was starting to get cold and the clouds came in, so I had an idea, but it could be like kind of a gamble. So I was thinking, what if I went and I did a bunch of crevice and cracks and just filled a bucket full of that? It would take much longer, but I mean, these crevices and cracks around here are just loaded. And then what if I filled a bucket up with it and then ran it through the sluice? Like, it's kind of a gamble. It could be worth it, but I don't know. I might try it. I know this could be like, I honestly have plenty of gold for the day, but more than I expected to get, but I'd love to just see what would happen. So I'm gonna grab my crevicing tools, my hammer, and we're gonna go around and see what we could do. All right, so the main one I'm gonna work is from this tree where I did some pins and I really like the gold, but I know it looks like someone at one point did clean it out, but could have been a long time ago. All right, let's run this half a bucket. I have a good feeling about this. I'm already seeing some nice pieces in there. Oh yeah. Woo, that is rich. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Some really nice pieces in there. All right, first we're gonna do the micro map because I know there's a lot of gold. Oh my goodness, I just saw a really nice flake. Let's get this cleaned out, and then we'll do the larger map because I know usually the only gold down there is huge pieces and mostly rounder stuff and stuff that didn't break up with clumps, but oh my goodness, look at those pieces. Woo, woo, woo. Now that's some gold right there. Definitely some larger pieces. This is gonna be a good day. Wow. Look at that. All right, so I believe we ran 5 buckets from here, 5 or 6. I think it's 5. And then I ran about a bucket from up there and that way up there, which is kind of crazy. And I got a pretty good haul from there. And believe it or not, I did separate the gold, so we'll weigh up them separate and just show you guys. That crevice is about, I'd say like 25, 30 feet from high spring runoff. It's not flood, but it's spring runoff, so which is still pretty high. This is what spring runoff is right here. Some years it's a little higher than this, depending on how much rain we got and snow. But this is a pretty good one right here. So I got about an hour before I have to head out. So we're gonna push down these 2 rocks and maybe see if that big one back there will go. Actually, it might not. It's pretty much puzzled in there, so I'll keep running that material right there. We'll see how much gold we get out of that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get 2 more buckets and run those, and that'll be like, so 5, 6, 7 of the buckets from down here and a bucket for, so 8 buckets total. Hopefully, we'll see. I believe. All right, bucket number 7 ran. Time to do bucket number 8. All right, we got bucket number 8, last bucket. And we're gonna clean up and head out of here. Whew. Hoping there's some good stuff in here. Let's see what's from bucket number 7. Oh yeah, those riffles are loaded. Can't wait to see what we get in bucket number 8. Let's run it. All right, we're running the last of bucket number 8. It's looking good. Let's see what the last 2 buckets look like. Let's see how these last 2 buckets look. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow. It's amazing. Alright. Time to do the back half, and then we're gonna clean out the second sluice, which I haven't cleaned out at all today. So that's just the the backup sluice in case something does make a cast. I have a feeling there's not gonna be too much down there, except for the pieces of clay that had gold in it that when they hit that drop, they broke up. So we'll see. I did not expect that. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at the size of that flake. That was in that backup sluice. It was too big for the holes. That's impressive. Oh, we got another nice, wow, that's a beauty. That's amazing, look at that. There's a lot of tiny stuff in there as well. I'll be surprised if there's anything in there. Alright, there's gonna be a lot of black sand in this second sluice. I haven't cleaned it out all day. What I think the type of gold I'll see in here is extremely fine because of the moss mat or minus moss. I don't think I'll see anything too big, but you never know. One speck of gold. I don't think the camera will even pick it up. We got one speck of gold right there, plus another smaller one. So 2 specks. Not even worth really keeping, but we will. Alright, so here is the 7 pans of flood material. Let's go ahead and pan this off real carefully. Oh my goodness. All right, there you guys go. Look at that. Plus all those bigger pieces. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you like what you saw, consider liking and subscribing and sharing. I work really hard on these videos, so put a lot of effort into them. Take usually 6 to 8 hours of editing to get these done, especially with all the shots. So I hope you guys like what I've been doing with the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Alright guys, so here is the goal for today. All I can say is this is 7 buckets worth. We still have to clean out the crevice, so the last bucket from the crevice. And one thing I noticed is this flood material is the golden is very light compared to the crevice gold, so I'm not expecting as much as I thought. So I think we hit a gram today with this, and then we'll weigh up the crevice gold. So let's see. $1.23 for 7 buckets. Do you guys think it's worth it? Alright, so we got the bucket from the crevice cleaned up, and let's see how much gold we got from there. All I can say is this gold is much chunkier. It's also pretty dirty, so .37, then the rest of the gold all together. $1.58 for 8 buckets.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Also, a huge shout out to my channel members and Patreon members listed up on the screen. If you guys would like to help support the channel, consider checking out my website mishaboylan.com. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.